Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then greetings, and if not, I appreciate you sticking around. And today I've got another video for you. So we are again Power Rangers Lightning Collection, and we are with the Power Swap 2-pack. And this is based off of the Boom Studio comic, where obviously they've swapped power. I'm going to have a little look at this, and this is the first of the plasticless packaging. So they will claim that it's completely plasticless other than tape and the glue, obviously the figures and stuff that are inside as well. So I will show the unboxing normally, but quickly looking at the box. So again, this is very similar to boxes that we've seen in like helmets and the Morphers recently. Excuse me. So we're getting the same kind of artwork on here. And to me, again, this looks like the back of a box. So I would expect to see this, but a little bit more information put on the back of the box. But looking at the back, it does kind of give us the same sort of thing again, but it does tell us what's inside. So that's pretty handy that we should be receiving a Jason in the yellow suit with his yellow helmet, his daggers, 3 different versions of the blaster, an extra pair of hands, and our lightning effect pieces. And then looking at Trini down below, we're going to be getting Trini in a Red Ranger outfit with her helmet. This is a new mold of the helmet, or it's based on the metallic one, but it's not the flat one that we've seen the Red Ranger come with before. And then we're getting now 3 versions of the Blade Blaster, the power sword that we've seen already quite a few times obviously, but this is what we're expecting anyway. So we know that these figures are going to come with these sort of items, obviously. And then we've got just a different coloured effect piece there, which we've seen a few times here, but it is in a different colour. So on the side, we've just got some artwork there, which looks pretty nice. And then this side just tells us what we've got. The bottom is all our legal stuff, and the top is just a logo in our colour-coded sort of item. And then sliding the tray out, we have got this, which is like a makeshift tray of card. They are taped together, so this makes me feel, and I could obviously be wrong, but it seems to me like this is what we're going to get in a standard box. So in just sort of half of it. Again, could be completely wrong, we haven't seen it yet, but it does look taped together, and then it's just got this extra bit in the middle here. So obviously we can see that we've got our Yellow Ranger here with our accessories, and our Red Ranger here with our accessories. So, and then we've got this little leaflet for whatever that is that it usually comes with. So we've got our paper bag, which is logoed with Mighty Morphin Lightning. And here he is. So this is our Yellow Ranger of Jason. I have watched a review on it, which was put up over the weekend, where it was pretty loose. So I will have a look at that. But for now, here he is, and he's obviously not got his helmet on, so we're getting him with his civilian head, which feels a bit, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. It feels like it's just going to fall off, but whatever. So this is the sort of paint work that I have on mine. So unfortunately he is missing part of an eyebrow, and he has got like a little black spot inside his corner of his eye. But other than that, it doesn't look too bad. We're obviously seeing the comic version of Jason, so this is not meant to be a character likeness. This is meant to be a likeness from the comic. And then looking at his suit, doesn't look too bad. Photos I've seen, and on camera, it does look a bit more muscular than it probably does in person, or it could just be me. And then we have got quite a nice print of the saber-tooth coin in there, which is different. Usually they're molded. This one is like stamped on, so that's a bit strange. But this is our first male Mighty Morphin yellow figure, which obviously we're not expecting any more than him. The paintwork on him looks nice, other than his head. Not too pleased with that, but it is what it is. I can't really do much about that, and don't care enough to send it back, unfortunately. The legs are pretty loose, to be honest, from what you'd usually get out of a box, but on the flip side of that, it doesn't feel like it's going to snap if I break it. We'll see how he holds up over some time when he's posed. Yeah, see, his leg keeps sort of wandering off there, so he does stand, so that's cool. But anyway, we will have a look at him again in a sec, and we will grab out his accessories. We've got another funky bag. There is the helmet. I will do comparisons after, so if you're looking to see the differences in them, stick with it. It will be at the end. So there's his helmet. His effect pieces for his daggers. And then these are going to be the same on both, but we've got our blade blaster in blaster mode. We've got him in the sword mode and our holstered mode, as well as our bent daggers, which is what I was expecting. The other review I've seen has got bent daggers as well, so they're quite easy enough to put back. You can just sort of push them, so they're not too bad. They do feel a bit rubbery more than plastic, but that's fine because it means it's not going to snap when I go to bend it back. And then lastly, our fists, and that's it for Jason. And here's our comic book version of Trini. So she comes with a nice head sculpt, which you can see that it is supposed to be her, and it does have a likeness. It does look nice. Hair looks decent enough all round, so I believe I was lucky on that. The only strange thing is looking how dark the legs are compared to the rest. It's almost like they've used a dirty red colour in that compared to the rest, but having it not so bright is quite nice. So there she is, and she comes with her lightning effect piece, her power sword, which is the same as the ones we've seen before, the 3 modes of the blade blaster. Let's have a quick look at them. They're all the same that we've just seen in the other one, so I don't want to spend too much time on them. And then she gets a karate chop and a fist. And then we have got a bit more of an updated, much better looking helmet. So Trini comes with the, I don't know if you can see that very well. So that is stamped in again, same as the yellow one. It's not molded like in the previous figures. It does look nice. You can tell what it is. The gold on it looks nice. And it's not like where they've tried to mold it and it's just not quite look right. So it's decent enough. So her head again feels very rubbery, like Jason's one. I will go over articulation so she can spin all the way around. And if we just take her head off, she does, oh Jesus. Oh, there we go. So she does have that, the neck joint there. Got the butterflies as normal. She is pinless, so this is our pinless joint, which is double jointed, but that joint in there looks so thin, it's almost risky. And then we've got the same on the knees. Other than that, everything else is the same, so we're still seeing our feet that move well enough. She's got a double joint on the knees, the upper thigh. The legs do drop down on these ones, so you can make her a little bit taller and shorter, or if you need to pose her in whatever way you can. And this is all the same for the yellow one, by the way. And we've got some crunching in the middle there, but that doesn't seem to want to That just kind of swivels, doesn't do anything more than that. So looking at these as a 2-pack, again, which would quite commonly been seen, that the quality is just not always quite there. I mean, if we're lucky, we get a decent figure, so my Trini looks pretty good, but we have to bear in mind that this has come in a 2-pack, so the defects that I've got, like around Jason's face, it looks like someone's just kind of put him face down, and it's sort of marked front of the face is up here, so that's a bit of a shame. These daggers are pretty good in the sense that they are a bit more rubber than plastic, because if they are bending, so you can see mine's kind of gone near enough back to what it was. If they are bending like that, then that's not necessarily very good, but luckily if they're in that sort of rubber state, then whatever. Another thing that's a little bit bothering is that Jason's hair should be black. I'm sure in the comics his hair is black. In the show, every other figures that we've had, his hair is black. If I'm wrong in the comics, let me know, but I'm pretty sure it's been a couple of weeks since I've had a look at one, to be honest. But when I did look, I'm sure his hair was always black because he's always had black hair. Another downside is there's like a slight sort of under yellowing here, if that makes sense. So it's not quite white, so if you compare that to this looks more like a darker white, almost yellow, whereas if they've disguised it with one, there's no reason why they can't make that just a little bit whiter, so you can see the differences here to here. So that's a little bit of a shame, and I'm sure once you sort of pose him backwards you won't even notice, but it's just something I've picked up on. But there we are. So I'll post them up just as best as I can so you guys can have a little look. It did take a bit of brute force, unfortunately, and the way that the heads go onto these joints, they don't give you like that good pop. So it's almost like guesswork that they're on. The Jason's legs are so loose that he's a struggle to stand up. And the only gripe I really have with this red one is that her elbow doesn't want to move, so I don't want to snap that, so I'm going to have to heat that up or whatever to sort that out. And I will swap around the heads and the hands and stuff like that later. But yeah, here they are. They look decent enough. I quite like them. Red one's probably my favourite out of the two. Not a massive fan on the only thing that sort of annoys me about this is the fact that his helmet looks so small. So they've obviously used a Yellow Ranger helmet mould, obviously having a smaller head on a small body. So Trini now looks like she's got a giant head under the helmet, and Jason looks like he's got a pea head. So that's a little bit strange, but I could get over it, and I'm going to display them with these. So if you want to just have a better closer up look at that, it's Trini's face, which I will be displaying these with, and I will be stealing the red helmet for my Mighty Morphin display. A little comparison on the two yellows. I know they're completely different figures before anybody jumps in, and they're not supposed to be the same, but just wanted to show the differences in like the yellow and the helmet and stuff. So this one does look a little bit wider than that one, and a bit more rounded, if you can sort of see what I'm talking about. So her ears on that one are a bit more, they show a bit more than this one, I think. And showing our Red Rangers, obviously being the difference that one's a man and one's a woman. But you can sort of see they've kept the same red colour, done the best that they can to keep it all the same. There is no paint on my sword, which I've just noticed. So there's gold one on this one, you can see under there, and there isn't any on this one. So that is very strange that they've not bothered to do that, but whatever. So I'm going to switch the heads just so you can all see what Red Ranger would look like with the new helmet. And there it is, so it does look better, it's nice. Obviously the old one is a lot thinner, as you can see, so there's your differences in the two. I know by this little bit of video you can't really, well, I suppose you can tell, but you may not be able to see as well. But it does fit on there, it is nice, it looks better. Sorry about my finger there. So I will be leaving that on there until we get a Rocky, and I'll put this one in my box with my other stuff. So that'll go back in Jason's bag. So I just thought I'd do a little Super Sentai bit, just because obviously this is the first male yellow version and probably the only one that we're going to get from MMPR anyway. And he looks okay. He's obviously, when he was a kid, he was in Super Sentai, he was a little bit smaller than the others, I believe. And again, if I'm wrong, I'm sure you will let me know. But it does look nice with them. So if you wanted to Super Sentai shelf, there it is. If anyone's interested in the Green Ranger head, I will try and remember to put a link in the description. So there he is with his updated helmet. And we've got a Yellow Ranger back there. And our new Trini. Just to wrap up my final thoughts on these figures, the Trini figure is really good. She looks nice. I like the head sculpt. Shame about the sword not being painted. I don't know if that was just mine or all of them, but either way, mine isn't. The Jason head looks very cartoonish, which is obviously what we'd expect from being from the comic, but he does look pretty cool. It's just a shame that his legs are so loose, and again, I've seen from another YouTube video by Airlin that his was the same, so it seems like this is going to be a common problem with these. They did ship out early from Hasbro Pulse, so we didn't quite expect them to come out this early, and for £50, don't think it was worth the price. If you have these on order or you're going to get them and you like, for a completionist, you're going to buy them, I would wait and try and see if you can find them on sale. So I don't know if they're like an exclusive to Pulse. I can't really remember off the top of my head, to be honest. And if they are, they're probably not going to go down in price anytime soon, but they may ship them out to other retailers like they have done before. So when they don't sell certain exclusive items, they will put them out to retailers to get rid of the rest. So I would probably wait until that's the case, or if they're in the US from GameStop or anything like that, definitely wait till you can get them at a cheaper price, because unfortunately the quality for these is really not good. Excuse me. I will be displaying them as they are, as you can see in front of them, and I will be stealing the helmet off of the red one to go into my MMPR shelf. The yellow one, he can be used as a Super Sentai for the Yellow Ranger, if that was something you wanted to do. It's a very expensive way to get the upgraded helmet, so you can, I would, if that's your plan on what you're doing to try and get the helmet, I would probably just wait until we can get a Rocky release, or maybe get yourself a 3D printed one, because there's some really, really good 3D prints out there of the new helmet. But that's about it. So let me know your comments below. I'm sure you will anyway. Please remember, I am not making any money from this. It is just a hobby. I'm not claiming to be a professional or not looking to name myself or brand myself as a YouTuber, because that is not the case. It's just something I enjoy doing and sharing with you guys. So that's about it from me. Make sure you stay safe, and hopefully we'll get some more bits soon, and catch you later. Thanks for watching.